everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today is Thursday, March 21, 2024. I'm Citlali Romo.
And I'm Samir Martinez.
And we begin with our top national and international stories. More than 27 years in prison, that's the sentence a federal judge in Mississippi handed to former Deputy Brett McAlpin Thursday afternoon. He's one of the 6 Rankin County Sheriff's deputies charged in the 2023 torture of 2 black men. McAlpin pleaded guilty last year to numerous federal charges, including conspiracy against rights and obstruction of justice. McAlpin also pleaded guilty to state charges related to the incident. He's awaiting sentencing on those charges. McAlpin is part of the Goon Squad, a nickname federal prosecutors say some white former Mississippi law enforcement officers gave themselves for their alleged willingness to use excessive force and not report. Now 6 of them are facing sentencing after pleading guilty to charges in connections with torturing 2 black men, Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker, for nearly 2 hours back in January of 2023.
The Boise Police Department has identified the suspected shooter and accomplice involved in a hospital inmate escape. Wednesday, a warrant with a $2 million bond was issued for the arrest of Nicholas Umfor. 3 Idaho correctional officers were injured in the shooting at the Boise area hospital, right in front of the ER. Boise police say Umfor helped inmate Skylar Mead escape from custody there, and that they fled in a gray 2020 Honda Civic. It has a license plate number of 2TDF43U. The pair is considered armed and dangerous. Authorities don't know where they might be headed.
The FCC says it is investigating Amazon and other retailers for their alleged marketing and selling of wireless signal jammers. The devices are legal to use, sell, or market in the U.S., the agency confirmed the probe in a statement Wednesday, but didn't say which other retailers were being investigated. Amazon didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. The news of the investigation comes after NBC News reported that signal jammers were apparently available online on Amazon's marketplace.
A Virginia teen had died after a shooting near a hotel. It happened Wednesday in Hardin after an apparent fight between 3 teens. Authorities say it started as a physical fight and then escalated when one teen pulled out a gun and shot multiple rounds at the other 2. One of the victims died at the hospital and the other teen was just shot at, but not injured. Police say the shooting was not random. They are still looking for the suspect.
The search for missing college student Riley Strain continued Wednesday in Cheatham County, Tennessee. It was focused at the Cheatham Dam along Cumberland River. The sheriff's office says teams were burping the dam or closing and opening it to allow anything near the river to float to the top. The search wrapped up after crews didn't find anything. No other search efforts are planned for that area for now. The dam is located approximately 42 miles downstream from Nashville. That's where the 22-year-old Missouri college student disappeared after leaving a bar on March 8. Up next, we will have your local news.
And later, we will have your entertainment news.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
A number of children in Chicago may have been exposed to potentially drinking harmful water, according to a new study in the JAMA Pediatrics Journal. 2 out of 3 young children in predominantly Black and Latino communities may have been exposed to lead-contaminated water. With 400,000 lead pipes, Chicago has more lead pipes than any other city in the country. Children under the age of 6 are estimated to have been exposed to the lead found in these pipes through their drinking water. The city is offering free water refills to reduce exposure.
Oswego police have released photos of a man wanted for home invasion and sexual assault of a woman. The incident happened this past Saturday at about 10:16 p.m. near the 300 block of South Adams Street in Oswego. A woman had reported an unknown man broke into her home and sexually assaulted her. By the time the police arrived, the suspect had escaped. Oswego police say detectives are still processing evidence and following leads.
Chicago has announced its first one-of-a-kind lawsuit this Tuesday against popular handgun manufacturer Glock. The lawsuit alleges that Glock is facilitating the proliferation of illegal machine guns in the city. The suit is the first to use Illinois New Firearms Industry Responsibilities Act, which was passed and signed into law in 2023. The law holds companies accountable for conduct that could endanger the public. The suit was filed Tuesday in Cook County Circuit Court. Reports show that law enforcement has recovered over 1,100 Glocks converted to machine guns in the last 2 years, in connections with a variety of crimes.
More CTA bus services are coming soon to 29 routes around the city. Most of these new services will operate during the weekdays, with extra Saturdays service being on the 77 Belmont bus and 81 Lawrence bus. Starting March 29, bus routes will return to nearly pre-COVID scheduled service levels. CTA said they're targeting a variety of routes that have experienced strong ridership recovery. In addition, the CTA expects to add rail service on the L in the late spring and summer, targeting the AM and PM rush periods.
Come celebrate student success and experience our college. The Koufax Kickback opens tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the Philip Lynch Theater and Wadsworth Family Gallery. Explore all of the wonderful things that make up the College of Humanities, Fine Arts, and Communications. Tickets include open bar, food, karaoke, photo booth, painting and poetry on the go, bar games, and theater performances. Lewis alumni art exhibits, and more. Secure your ticket now by visiting koufax.org. When we return, we will have your entertainment news.
And later we will have your weather and sports update.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
On Wednesday, iconic toy maker Mattel announced plans to open a second theme park. Mattel Adventures Park Kansas City will be in Bonner Springs, Kansas, and will be licensing a partnership with Epic Resort Destinations. Construction is scheduled to break ground later this year, and the park is set to open in 2026. The park will have the attractions like those at Mattel Adventure Park in Glendale, Arizona. That includes Hot Wheels, roller coasters, and a larger-than-life Barbie beach house. There will also be a Barbie-themed flying theater and the Barbie rooftop restaurant and bar. Last but not least, fans will be able to enjoy He-Man vs. Skeletor laser tag in a giant arena made to resemble the iconic castle Grayskull Fortress.
Netflix, Disney, Hulu, and HBO Max. If you are subscribed to any of those or more, you aren't alone. Deloitte Insights' new digital media trends report found U.S. households subscribing to video streaming services spend $61 a month on average for 4 services. That's a $13 increase from last year's survey. However, researchers also report nearly half of those surveyed said they would cancel their favorite subscription if prices only went up by $5 a month.
Beyonce is about to release a country music album, and she revealed on Instagram on Tuesday she's been working on Act 2, Cowboy Carter, for 5 years. She said in the past she didn't feel welcomed by the country music community, and that snub helped spur the album's creation. Beyonce went on to say she will have a few surprises on the album. She says she has collaborated with some brilliant artists whom she respects. Beyonce already has released 2 singles from the album, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. Texas Hold'em hit #1 on the Hot Country Song chart last month, and the 42-year-old says she feels honored to be the first Black woman to achieve that mark.
There's no place like home for legendary pair of ruby red slippers. The iconic shoes worn by Judy Garland in the classic film The Wizard of Oz were finally returned to their owner, Michael Shaw. The sparkly shoes, worth roughly $3.5 million, were stolen from Garland's namesake museum in Grand Rapids, Minnesota in 2005. 2 men have since been charged with stealing the shoes, which Shaw had loaned to the museum at the time of the theft. The shoes were recovered in 2018, and on Monday, the FBI released photos of them being returned to Shaw. Shaw says the shoes will embark on a worldwide tour before being auctioned off later this year. The Judy Garland Museum says it will try to purchase the shoes so that the shoes are in a place that honors Garland's legacy.
The late Toby Keith was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame on Monday. The vote to elect Keith as the annual modern-day inductee came just days before he died in February. The museum highlighted Brooks' 11 USO tours and the 200 shows he put on for armed service members. Keith was previously inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame and the All Genre Songwriters Hall of Fame. He received a BMI Icon Award in 2022. Up next, we'll have your weather.
Then we will have your Lewis Sports Update. Stay with us.
What are you looking for?
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Hi, I'm Samara Martinez, and here is your 7-day weather forecast. So today is Thursday. It is partly cloudy with a high of 39 and a low of 34. Unfortunately, we are mid-March, close to Easter, but we are getting a little bit of flurries tomorrow with some rain, which will cause sleet, so please drive safe, with a high of 40 and a low of 33. Going into the weekend, the sunshine will be back with a high of 37 and a low of 30. On Sunday, we're going to have kind of a little bit more clouds with a high of 40, still sun, sorry, with a high of 45 and a low of 40. Now, going into Monday, we're going to start seeing some of those April showers. We're going to have a high of 60 with some rain and a low of 46. Tuesday, a little bit of sun will pop out with the rain as well with a high of 50 and a low of 27. And on Wednesday, we'll have some sunshine with a high of 43. But up next, we will have your Lewis Sports Update.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Located just 35 miles southwest of Chicago, Lewis University welcomes students of all faiths and cultures. Our faculty walk side by side with our students, helping them apply what they've learned in the classroom to real life in law enforcement, nursing, aviation, business, the sciences, teaching, and the arts. Our students are problem solvers, thinkers, doers. Now it is your turn. How will you impact our world? Apply today at lewisu.edu.
The Flyers men's baseball team dominated St. Francis in their home opener this past Tuesday. The team won 12-0, 7 innings, and their victory goes in the books as the first shutout for the season for the Flyers. Lewis wasted no time getting started, with sophomore George Bilecki hitting 2 RBI singles in the bottom of the first that scored 2 players into standings of 2-0. The Flyers added 3 more runs in the second, started by junior Chris Medevic, drawing a walk to bring home freshman Jackson Huntley. The game continued with the Flyers dominating the field, finishing off the scoreboard with senior Patrick Keefty Solonging in the final score of 12-0. Lewis baseball has its first home GLVC series this weekend against Maryville. Game 1 is set for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time.
The Lewis University's women's golf team finished in the 13th place between Monday and Tuesday during the University of Findlay Spring Invitational at Boone's Trace National Golf Club. The Flyers finished with a 3-round total of 990 strokes with 329 in the first round, followed by 330 in the second and 331 strokes in the third. Junior Savannah Bowie shined in the third round Tuesday, scoring a rare hole in one hole, 17 for the Flyers. Lewis Women's Golf will host its next event, the Flyers Spring Invitational, on Friday, April 5th, Saturday, April 6th, at Cantigny Golf in Wheaton, Illinois.
Tennis senior Casey Smith was awarded the GLVC Women's Tennis Player of the Week for her performance last week. Smith had posted a 3-0 record at the #1 singles and doubles position in the past week in Florida. On Tuesday, Smith and graduate Brooklyn Ross took the win at the #1 spot after defeating St. Thomas Aquinas. Duo Victoria Pelovitz and Katerina Krichanova 6-1 later that day. Smith recorded another victory at the top spot against the Spartans, Pelovitz in straight sets during the last day of the Florida trip. Smith recorded her 3rd victory of the week at the top spot after defeating NCAA Division I Fairlights Dickinson's #1 player, Alina Kubanova.
The Flyers softball team swept Southwest Baptist this past Sunday. Lewis had won the first game 8-0, then defeated the Bearcats 10-2 in 6 innings for their second win. The first game was a home run derby as Lewis hit 6 home runs in the contest by 4 different players. Both teams were scoreless in the 5th inning before Lewis broke through again in the 6th as a senior Evie Calderon recorded her 2nd home run of the day. Game 2 featured Southwest Baptist striking first in the bottom as the Bearcats connected on a solo home run to make it 1-0. Lewis then went on to score 10 runs in the next 5 innings and 8 runs in the second.
The Flyers men's volleyball team swept Quincy 3-0 Saturday at the Neil Carey Arena. Quincy started the game with a 3-0 run, securing a 5-2 lead early in the first set. After a back and forth between the two teams, the Hawks secured a lead of 11-7. The Flyers then started with a 3-0 run. However, Quincy responded aggressively, taking 6 of the next 8 points to go ahead, 17-12. Set 2 was dominated by the Flyers after a 4-0 charge and back-to-back kills, although the Hawks pushed back with a 4-0 run. Lewis hit an outstanding .609 to secure a win of 25-18 in Set 2. The Flyers pushed their lead in Set 3 after a 6-2 run that started a pair of kills, making it 20-18. Lewis men's volleyball heads to Charlotte, North Carolina to face MIVA newcomer Queens University twice next week. The match will be today at 5 p.m. Central Time. And that is it for today's news. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis University's television network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Samira Martinez.
And I'm Citlali Romo. Have a great night.